December 3rd, I woke up and I had a nun praying over me. It was a kind of scary moment. I looked up at her and I chuckled. I said, "Oh shit, I died, did I?" That's what she did. That's no crap, I really did. Angel, the nun's not gonna laugh at me, right? I grew up in a home where my dad was schooled by nuns, so I didn't think they were laughing people. I think it was December 7th or 8th. They said, my lovely friend here actually found that my arm had gotten infected. So it was, I think when she caught it, she's a lab technologist, went down to about here and up to about here. They said, "Oh, no, you're fine." And the doctor said, "Oh, you're good." And she started marking it, and by the next morning, it was down into my wrist and up into my shoulder. They said, "Oh, no, Mr. Kinch, we might have to lose your arm. You might have to amputate your arm." No, I need that arm. You're not taking my arm. I'm going home. It's the way it's going to be. And December 13th, I was shopping. I said every day, they said, "How you doing, Mr. Kinch?" I said, "I'm going home. Let me go home." I said, "Well, how do you feel?" I feel like going home. Can't eat your food. I just, I want something better to eat. Please feed me. So December 13th, I walked out of the hospital, thank goodness, and started coaching. Well, I gained about 70 pounds because I wasn't allowed to exercise, and my body was always, I was always losing weight, staying in fight shape. So my body decided to rebel against me. I gained 70 pounds, hit 205, and they said my first day back that I was allowed to exercise would have been February 3rd, I believe it was. Brain hemorrhage was 2014, so 2015 on February 3rd was my first day back. And I had an awesome time. I felt kind of sluggish and stuff, but it was really good. And about 8 months later, I was back down. I lost about 40 pounds and felt like I could tie my shoes again for the most part. Besides the back, it hurts to bend over to tie the shoes anyway, but it was a little worse when I was a little heavier. I started training. I started playing wheelchair basketball just to prepare for inevitability. And I had 4 surgeons telling me that I should be in a wheelchair. I had physiotherapists telling me that they don't know how I'm not in a wheelchair right now. And to keep exercising and doing what I'm doing. So I started playing wheelchair basketball, which got me involved with a good friend of mine now, my buddy Mitch, who is a paraplegic gentleman. I started training in boxing about a little over 2 years ago. And this guy, he's something else. You got to see this guy go. I traveled back. I moved home a year after we started training. A year after Mitch and I started training. And I traveled back and forth just to see him, just to train him twice a week. It's because I can't say no. The guy wants to fight. Mitch and I had Canada's first wheelchair boxing match in Glace Bay on November 3rd of last year. It was awesome. The crowd in Glace Bay, they all wanted to go and have smokes during the intermission. They put us on. During the intermission, and none of them went out. So it was pretty good. They kind of got mad at me because I had to double the intermission. So I ended up with disability and all that stuff. They don't really pay that well, and I'm not allowed to work. And I was volunteering a lot of my time with, I would train Alzheimer's patients, Parkinson's. I started Punch-Out Parkinson's in Nova Scotia about 8 years ago, I can't remember. I didn't write that one down. But we're going to start doing that again, hopefully next week, actually, at the office. So if anybody knows anybody with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, come on down to the office, call the office, because we're going to start really soon. As soon as we find enough people. Trained Lou Gehrig's patients. My grandfather and my grandmother, my grandfather passed away with Lou Gehrig's, and my grandmother passed away with Alzheimer's, so they're kind of close to me. And my kids, since they were infants, would volunteer with me quite a bit with them, and it's fun to teach them boxing now. You should see these guys go. So I started coaching around Halifax more with all kinds of people. Doesn't matter your age. I think the oldest gentleman I did box when we sparred. The oldest gentleman I trained was 82 or 84, I can't remember. And he could punch. You wouldn't want to get hit by him now. Same as Mitch, you wouldn't want to get hit by this guy. We train a lot of folks for self-defense, just tone up, build their confidence. And when it got kind of rough with the paychecks from disability, living up here, it's a lot cheaper in Pictou County to live. So I moved home after 20 years, and with the intent of starting a free boxing gym for kids. I started the gym, I think our first day was July 4th of 2017. Anybody under 18 can come to the gym and train. We have a lot of fun. Check out Facebook, the Westville Boxing Club. We have a lot of fun videos, and there's actually Mitch Camo. There's videos with him and I training. It was funny. I was just sitting here a few minutes ago, and I got a message from one of my 10-year-old boxers. He sent me a really cool boxing meme. I think he said "knock it out" or something crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do up here. I can't knock anybody out, though. I think they'll be mad at me. We have about 30 or so kids. I started the gym with the intent of having it recreational, no competitors. Just we're going to spar and stuff and learn boxing and not compete. But after about 6 months, I had two of my young fellows pestering me for about 4 of those months. They want to get in the ring. I want to get in the ring. I want to get in the ring. And I said, all right, you want to get, it's harder than you think. And you got to train harder than we're training now. And you guys don't understand it. No, we want to do it. So Westville Boxing Club had our first boxers fight on, I think it was in May of last year. And since then, we've had 7 guys, I think, compete and age. My first knockout from the gym came from a 66-pound 10-year-old. It was insane. It was, at all the kids that I trained, he wasn't the one I thought was going to knock anybody out. He did really well. We do that. We just fundraise for the bills and stuff like that. We have a lot of fun. The kids they don't understand. They say, "Oh, thanks, coach. Thanks, coach." No, thank you guys, because they don't understand how much it helps me, physically and mentally. Physically, I have to exercise. So, better way to do it than through boxing? My physiotherapist, says she wishes she could prescribe boxing to everybody. I think everybody should have a prescription, because you want to punch somebody. I mean, it's good stress relief. That's how I can still smile up here. 24/7 pain. No, it's great stress relief, and we have a lot of fun. And I'm around over 10 minutes, and I don't know where to go anymore. No, I got confused when I seen the 10:44. I started off, or I ended my last speech, MoMondays talk, with my quote I thought of when I was writing the poor speech I wrote. It was terrible. It was a great speech, just terrible delivery. And it was, "Don't let your injury define you, let it refine you." And a lot of folks, they get hurt and, "Oh man, I got to sit down, or I got to lay down, I can't move, I can't do this. I was out for 3 days, I couldn't do this for 7 days, I couldn't do this for 10 days. You can. I'm walking, talking, living proof that if you want to put a little hard work into it, if you're hurt, fix it, or do your best. You know what I mean? I'm with my cane 3/4 of the time, and just my legs like to give out, which is probably what's going to happen when I start walking away. I fully anticipate that. But if you let it just change you for the better, do good things for your community, good things for your neighbor, for your kids, for your loved ones. That's all I can really say. That's all I really do, because That's all I believe in, is helping people out now. I don't want people to be in my situation where it's 24/7 and you get like a little bit of support here and some support here. Just support people, support each other, because it sucks sometimes. But you just got to smile and keep on trucking, right? Keep on punching, I think is what I should say as a fighter, right? But thank you guys all very, very much for listening.